Hey everybody, how's it going? Randy here with Nerds Templar. It's the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. It is set 20 in the blue. Only 21 sets in the regular season were at the end. Not the very end, but very close to the very end. After 19 in this division in the blue, Ganondorf 15-3. Nobody secures the top 3 in any division really at this point, coming into the 19th set, or the 20th set after 19, including Ganon here. Below him, Snake, Sora, Steve, and Banjo, and a big 4-way tie. Of course, only 2 of them can get the other 2 buys. Snake beat all the other 3. Sora beat Steve and Banjo, and Steve beat Banjo. So Banjo's down there, 13-5 at the bottom of that 4-way tie. Those 13 wins, and of course Ganondorf secure the top 8 already. 12-6, Cloud and Captain Falcon just behind them. They actually play next set. They haven't fought yet, so that could go either way still. After that, we got our 8th place, 11-7 Roy by himself there. 11 wins does secure playoffs. In the other divisions, we already had 10 wins secure, only 10 wins securing before. So this division a little harder than the rest to get in at the moment. 10-8 Meta Knight, 9-9 Ness, 9-10 Inkling. They're all in right now in the playoffs. Then we have the 8-10s, Falco, Pacman, and Wario. Only 2 of them can make it. All the 8-10s, all 3 of them beat one and lost to the other guy though. So right now we can't tell, but we do still have 2 sets to determine it. See where they end up then, and then we'll have to go into extra tiebreakers if it would end up this way, of course, or other ways to tell who would come out on top there. Just below him, half a game on her bye today, 8-11 Palutena. Below her, 7-11 Lucas. The only ones left still have a chance below that 8-10 spot to get in. 5-13 Fox, along with Rob. Fox beat him. Pichu, 4-14. Then we've got Ken and Rosalina and Luma at both the 3-15. Ken beat her, them that is, I guess you could say. And all that are out of the playoffs are also in the staying 6 at the bottom 6 for sure. So there's only one bottom 6 spot left for the ones that will be staying because they're in the bottom. The move in middle is number 9-15. Those guys will be moving on. So next season, that is, into a new division. That would be yellow for these guys. But anyway, for set 20 here, we've got Snake taking on Inkling, Lucas against Pichu, Roy versus Rob, Meta Knight taking on Rosalina and Luma, Ken versus Steve, Fox versus Ganondorf, Ness versus Falco, Pacman against Captain Falcon, Sora versus Wario, and finally Cloud against Banjo and Kazooie. That'll be a good one, 12-6 versus 13-5. Palutena, again, like we said, 8-11 on the bye. Let us begin. And as we've been doing the last couple sets, we are going with random skins again. Snake, again, he's one of those at the very top, 12-6, not in the big 13-5 tie, but tied at 12-6. I'm sorry, yes, he is in that 13-5 tie, my bad, because he's at the very top of it. Doing well, actually, because of the Steve loss last set. It was big for him to get back into that number 2 spot. Back in, you probably shouldn't say back in, probably his first time that high up. He had a couple sets, like in the earlier season, maybe that he was number 3, yes. He wasn't ever actually number 2. In fact, yeah, he was number 3 for a while, then he was back and forth there. Eventually dropped down, but now again he's there again. And lastly for him, of course, he's got Rob next, so pretty easy way to end things with somebody who's already done completely. They can't do anything except stay here for next season. Same with Snake, however, already locking in the top 8. Those are also going to be staying here. Snake from the green last season, 2-18, the worst of anybody in our Season 0 promo. Had about half the fighters, not even including the DLC, just about half the fighters. So really only everything, I guess it was over half. Everything up to and including the Super Smash Bros. For all on the Wii. Basically every character up to and including that game that was released at that point, and not including a couple like Dr. Mario and Pichu. Some other echoes like that weren't included, but I digress. A 187 on Snake, somehow staying in this first stock of his, as he knocked Inkling out recently, to 21% now after that shot. Inkling really needs a win, gets the knockout finally here on Snake to tie it up, and not much harm done. Not much harm done. Avoided enough damage. Keep it even. But yeah, with that 9 and 10 record, it's not amazing. They are the last bye, that's why they got a weird one there. You're not going to be in for sure, especially in this division. Could actually be in, depending on how. I mean, if everybody loses, I suppose at 8 and 10 somehow you could secure with a loss, maybe. No, not with a loss, but because yeah, I don't know. I guess not. Yeah, you would have. She would have to, or the Inkling squad that is, would have to win one more to make sure they're good. But yeah, 10 and 10 would be fine. Get there and you're solid. So one win, Snake, not easy at all, of course. But hey, no other shot with the bye coming up. This is it. Right now, actually in a decent lead with a poison Snake at 56%. This is actually huge. Oh, speaking of huge, Inkling pulls a super mushroom, 98% on his second stock. Tons of room left now all of a sudden. And a massive upset in the works. Upset in the works. Can't, nope. It's not gonna pull it off just yet. 125 on Inkling, 65. Supersized Snake grabs the poison mushroom back to normal. 71 on his last stock. Tying it up in stock will not give him much. Yeah, it won't tie it up a whole lot. It'll help. There it is. 71 on him. Still manageable, but certainly getting out of hand quick. For again, the 13 and 5 Snake. As soon as he hits that number 2 spot, it looks like he may drop out of it. He's contending with 3 more guys, and I don't think they're all going to lose. I have a feeling they're not all going to lose today. Still, though, fine shot, 107 to 44. Just needs a little damage. It's actually keeping it about the same, maybe making a slight comeback here. Oh, got rolled over. Inkling misses and then grabs a poison mushroom. That might be it. Snake is exactly what Snake needs. He just needs to hit now to capitalize on it. Inkling pulls the super mushroom and goes back to medium size. I'm pretty sure that was from a mushroom. 135 to 58 here. Does Snake have what it takes? Does Inkling have what it takes to really pull off the upset? Remember, Inkling was in that top 8 doing quite well for themselves most of the middle of the season. It was really only recently that they started dropping out of that. And Snake was on a combo with those rockets, but misses. Inkling back to the stage. Snake almost down the whole way. We've seen fighters at super size just fall straight down off the stage. Luckily, it does not happen to Snake there. He's still in it. He's poisoned. 148 to 140. This is crazy. Inkling, it's anyone's game, obviously, but Inkling's having a lot of trouble knocking Snake off, and all it's been taken for Snake is, yes, one detonation. There it is. Snake, ooh, very, very close. Very close. But that's just, I mean, it really is insane that he went from 2 and 18 last season in the green to now 14 and 5 here, which is just, I mean, that record, there were not many fighters. In fact, the only ones that were able to get 15 and 5 or better was Ness and Bowser last season. There was only 2 of them. There's going to be several, of course, this season that are going to get there or better, 15 and 5 or better. It looks like there's, of course, a lot more fighters to be able to do it. Maybe a little more random because everyone's not fighting each other twice. That kind of tends to, I guess, I don't know, make things a little more stable. Except, of course, there aren't Pokeballs raining from the sky this time. Anyway, Inkling gonna just have to worry and wonder at 9 and 11 if that will be enough. It's not bad, but it's definitely not what you want to have when you have to wait now on your bye in the last set. And the Snake, of course, yeah, Snake with Rob in his last match has an amazing chance here to hit 15-5. What a great record that would be. Right, next, Lucas and Pichu. Pichu out of it, 4-14. A lot of Pokemon already out of the playoffs. In every division there, we're here we have Pichu. In the green we have nobody. No Pokemon, that is. In fact, Mewtwo's the only Pokemon in there. He's doing okay right now. I mean, he's all right. He's all right. He's on the bubble, just like Palutena. In the red though, with Jigglypuff, Lucario, and Greninja all eliminated already. We have no other Pokemon in that division. So all the Pokemon eliminated except Mewtwo, who's very close in the green, and then in the yellow, of course, there's Incineroar at the very top. That's to be expected. And then we have Pikachu, OG yellow, right in the middle, 9-9. Same as last season, needs one win. And if he would end up 10-10, that would be the same as last season. So, yeah, Pokemon Trainer themselves, 7-11, not doing good at all. Last season did so much better. I mean, first place. But anyway, just to let you know, I guess, how all the Pokemon are doing. Pichu falls off. Yeah, we have a lot. This is actually the division with the most eliminations. And so there are the most matches, of course, that we have with eliminated fighters, Pichu being one of them, 4-14. But 7-11 Lucas, he is the one with the lowest. So he's like, yeah, he's got to win here or he's done. 7-11. They assume 12 would be, I mean, yeah, depending on how guys do, like Falco, Pacman, Wario. Those are the ones, those are the three. If all three would lose, then Lucas would be 8-11 with everybody else. Those three plus Palutena on the bye now. Give him a great shot. I'm sorry, 7-12 though would put him, if they would all lose, then 7-12 would keep him just one game behind everybody and still might give him a shot to maybe the last matches. Pichu and Lucas both down to their last stock already, so this one has just been an insane one. Pichu probably had a little bit of mushroom help, but also apparently playing relatively well. Lucas with a super mushroom at the very end here might save this match for him, and the season, that is. It does. Wow, that is gonna do it. That's insane. That was so fast, but Pichu almost won anyway. Crazy. And so Lucas's season is saved. It's actually quite great for him because, yeah, that 8-11 is big. Now it's just like, okay, I just need that one. I just need that one. Inkling went down. Could see a lot of others go down. But almost a destiny, almost in Lucas's own hands. And he was 13-7 last season. Isn't that crazy? Tied for third. He was third. Well, tied for second. He was third place, though. Just nuts how far he's fallen. Just like others, like Pokemon Trainer in the yellow we mentioned. Pacman up for him next. So again, his destiny is almost in his own hands as he gets to take on one of those guys who is going to be the same record as him or one above if Pacman wins today. So that was big for Lucas, huge. Pichu doesn't really matter, 4-15 up against Sora next. That is unfortunate, 4-16, looking like for Pichu, but has another chance for a big upset. Who knows? And if I'm not mistaken, Pichu has actually picked up some interesting wins, and so you never know, I guess. You just don't really ever know. You have a pretty good idea. I mean, really, honestly, it's just like any other sport, I guess. Even if it is AI, you never really know, but you can have a more or less of an idea, especially, again, based on the more and more data we get through the seasons, the better we'll know the chances that each fighter would have against each other. Especially as they get to play, everyone gets to really play everybody, because it's going to take a while for that to happen. Some may really never play each other. We'll have to see about that. But Roy and Rob, Roy knockout first here, Super Mushroom, 59% on his first. Rob out. He's the one that's out, 5-13. We're going to be seeing fighters that are out all the way up to our worst match, number 6. until just up to our best 4 at the end. Rob, again, another one that was good, 12-8 last season. Just behind Lucas, here in blue. Tied with Falco, who's also doing horrible. Well, Falco not out yet. He's not doing horrible, I guess. I take that back. He was doing a little worse. He's actually up at 8-10 now, not doing too bad. Fox is. But yeah, Rob 5-13 here. He's done. And he's got Snake, as we mentioned, next. Not going to be easy there. Roy, of course, 11-7 here. By himself, number 8 by himself at 11-7. Just needs to win and he's in, pretty much. It's not, I mean, it won't do it for sure. We would actually, wait a second. Roy, lastly, has here his last match is against Ganondorf. Oh, that's unfortunate. But as far as Roy goes, the only guy who can match him is Meta Knight. If Roy would win here, which he's in the lead, 29-141 on Rob, so it's a nice lead. But Rob, a couple nice attacks, gets him a little closer to even again. But the poison mushroom won't help. And back to nope, eliminated by Roy. Sorry, by Roy. Rob and Roy, and let's see here, cycling through to see who won. Roy and Meta Knight. Would have been a pretty good match, I'd imagine. Down toward the bottom, there it is. Meta Knight beat Roy. Ooh, they are going to be vying till the end. If Roy and Meta Knight still both win, that is today. It was looking good for Roy, got the knockout. 98 on him, and the Super Mushroom for Rob, though. 41, however, 49, 59. Roy still getting tons of damage down on Rob. He does lose his stock there, though. And Rob, still an okay chance, 59%. Still alright. Roy doesn't track down that Super Mushroom. Oh boy. Look out, Roy. Rob not taking any more damage here, dishing out a little bit to Roy here, though. In return, 33-68. Bringing it closer. Oh, poison mushroom for Roy. Is Rob gonna do it? Pull off a huge upset here. And open the door for Meta Knight and Ness to maybe make the top 8. Even more interestingly, being the Ness was number 1 last season here in this division. Right now in the moving middle. Didn't really have much hope, but he could. And Roy, again, not an easy one at all next. He's got to fight number 1 next. The last thing you want to do in the last match, fight the best guy. Oh, what an attack, though, from Roy is going to secure that win for him. Oh, man, we had another very close one there. Could have gone either way at the end. Roy will take it. No upset. Again, no upset. Will this be the theme all day? At least they're making it exciting, if nothing else. That is 12-7 for Roy, and again, barring... If Meta Knight loses today, in the next match, if Meta Knight loses, Roy secures the top 8. This top 8 will then be determined. If Meta Knight wins, it remains open, and we'll also still have to see about Captain Falcon and Cloud will not have secured if Meta Knight would win until they win today. If they will win, Cloud or Captain, if they can win, even if Meta Knight does, they will be in. So yeah, that's that. Nice. Roy 12-7, and again, Rob doesn't matter, but he's 5-14. It might matter a little bit for standings. That's about it. And standings down there do not matter at all. Yeah, bragging rights, maybe the only thing you can even, if there's even anything to brag about down there, that'd be the only thing. Or and it also really doesn't matter because but the order in which their input for schedule purposes next season will go, of course, in order from first place to last place, but the scheduler is randomized, so it doesn't matter anyway. And either way, they all fight each other. And they're AI, so it doesn't matter who fights who first or any of that. Just really the only reason that matters is for our own entertainment purposes. But of course, we really have no idea ever. All I can do in what I do, of course, is reorder the 10 matches for every set in the order in which we're going to watch them based on records. But other than that, I can't, of course, determine how, which fighters, which matchups are going to be the best ones at the end of the season to say, oh, this set should be at the end or whatever. As we go, maybe I could make that decision more and more. Say, oh, here's number 1 and 2. Maybe we'll always have number 1 and 2 from last season fight in the last set. But I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll just let the random scheduler, League Lobster. Shout out to League Lobster, the website. I'm not affiliated or anything like that, but great website for scheduling, even for sporting tournaments and things like that. It's fantastic. I use it all the time for this. It's amazing. So handy. Thanks, guys, for making that, League Lobster. And so just use that, and I input all the teams and let it make the schedule for me, and that's it. Done. And I, of course, just copy it over myself manually. We got a 2-2 stock match right now. Meta Knight, the big favorite, of course, 10-8. He does need to win this one against the very worst in the division, Rosalina and Luma. He has a bit of a lead, 18-58 right now, 25-58. Be, again, massive for Roy and everybody else if Meta Knight just loses here. And they're all in. But no, a bad move from Rosalina there will leave her hanging on the edge. Not literally, but off the map, off the stage, and Meta Knight will finish that no problem. Rosalina, better luck next season in the blue for you. Might see Meta Knight there if... Certainly might see, has a chance to see Meta Knight next season if he beats her here. Again, it's... I mean... Yeah, with Meta Knight, that's crazy. Okay, so... Wow. So, I can't believe it. Meta Knight, with a win here, keeps himself in it. Unfortunately, though, I'll say this. Never mind, it's not as exciting. It would have been more exciting if Roy lost. And then Meta Knight won. They would have been tied. Would have given Meta Knight then a great chance, especially with Roy going up against Ganon. Meta Knight is fighting Ness next, who is the only other one that had a chance at 9-9. Ness with a win and another win against Meta Knight with the loss upon Roy could have actually still taken number 8 because of all of that. Meta Knight beating Roy and maybe both of them surpassing Roy due to matches, who knows. Can't happen now for Ness, though. He's actually out of the top 8 chances because of Roy's win. Meta Knight easily going to secure that at the end there. Not going to be as close as the other ones were. But good on him. He's 11-8. He's going to give himself a chance. Ness is going to see if he can end it, though. That's something Ness can do, if nothing else. Keep Meta Knight out of that top 8, or let him in by giving him a win there when not much else matters, as long as Ness wins today against Falco, which would be really bad for Falco. Really bad for Ness, though, if he loses to Falco. And that being said, because they would then be both 9 and 10, Ness would drop even farther, be on the brink of playoff extinction, which would just, again, be insane. But yeah, we'll have to find out about all that in the future. So yeah, Meta Knight 11-8. Rosalina, again, doesn't matter, but she's 3-16, still going to be at the very bottom no matter what Ken does then here, who is 3-15 and beat her. And then we have Rosalina up against Banjo next set, so a real tough one for her there. Wow. Okay, Steve immediately TNT block destroys Ken there. Steve didn't take any damage yet. Wait a second. Is Steve going for a flawless, completely flawless victory? True flawless? Nope. 2% taken. He almost knocked Ken into that other TNT block, but not quite. Some stairs. Again, obviously Ken 3-15. He's the one that's out. 13-5 Steve wants his number 2 spot back. I'm not going to get it today, though, with Snake's win. Maybe won't even make the top 3. If Sora wins, he'll still remain number 4. Sora just beat him last set. Steve, another knockout, only 30 taken on him. 10 down to his last stock already. This is crazy. Usually not this bad, even though he has a horrible record. Steve has Fox last. That's great for him. Great for him. Let's take it easy. Ken, Fox. Too bad he lost to Sora just before that, but at least he got 2 easy ones. In fact, before that, no, he had Wario before that. Alright, well, Ken gonna get 1. 41 though on him already on his last. I don't think he'll last much longer. Super Mushroom will help though. We got Steve looking at maybe 14-5 here, probably. Ken also doesn't matter, 3-16. Takes on Wario next, and that's game. Nice bolo. Tennis Steve there. 2-19 match. Nice and quick. And we got one more bad one before we got our best 4. Let's get into it. They do all, of course, still have some importance and always must be played. Or else everything would be thrown off, right? Everyone's got to play everyone. Fox. Ganon. Too bad for Fox. 5-13. Got Ganondorf here, and then last he's got Steve. So it was number 1 and 2 for a bit that he had to finish with. Doing amazing. That was incredible. Fox destroys Ganondorf there to begin things. What? Ganondorf 15-3. Could he actually lose? One of the best records in the whole league. Is there anybody better than him? I don't think there is anyone better than 15-3. 16-2 Bowser. I'm sorry, yeah, 16 and now 17-2 Bowser. Could be the 16-3 Byleth as well. But she matched what Ganondorf would be if he wins here. Wow, Fox, another knockout to remain ahead. Pulls the poison mushroom, goes back to normal though, instead of small. 68. On his second poison mushroom. Ganondorf misses twice. Wait, I guess the second one maybe hit, but didn't launch him at all. That was weird. That one will do it though. 101 Fox is out of here, and Ganondorf tying it back up 13 only on his last stock, and this is another crazy one. This is not what I thought was going to happen. That is insane. Wow. That is not the reason it was the worst match of the day at all. And that just made it one of the craziest matches of the day. Of course, Fox did, just up the first upset. Yes. Fox taking down number 1. Ganondorf. Fox is like, man, literally one match out of playoffs. This stinks. I just took down number 1. Still hasn't even secured the top 3, and that's going to leave it open for the this big 4-way tie at 13-5 for 3 of those 4 to take it somehow. It's possible, probably, maybe. We'll have to just see again about that'll just all come to matchups if anyone else makes it up there. Because still 15-4, that's really good. One more win, and Ganondorf doesn't have a hard one left, right? He has a, yeah. Well, no, he does. He has Roy next, so it's not easy. So it's possible he does go 15-5. Still, again, an amazing record to have, but losing a few here at the end. He looked like he could have been a lot better. He looked like he could have been 18-2 like Bowser, but we'll see. Again, Fox doesn't matter. He's got Steve next. All right, here we go. Fourth best match. No idea what to think about this one. Falco's only one game behind. Super Mushroom. Ness with the Poison Mushroom, oh no! He's already taken 42% damage. Wow. Could have already been launched, that was crazy. Ness actually beat Falco in the very first match of the season. Last season, that is. They're both original blue division. Falco, though, beat him the second time around. So, although Ness was 15-5, Falco was 12-8. 12-8 is not bad at all, for sure. That was actually a fantastic record to have last season. And Falco actually won his first playoff round against Wario. Move on to, of course, playoff round 2, where he lost to DDD, but Ness, who had the bye, lost to Pikachu in round 2 in his first match. So Ness has yet to win a playoff match. Falco has one. Neither of them progressed past. Both were in playoff round 2. Neither went past that, though. And Ness, oh man, nice attacks. It's going to even this up, take a very slight lead at 2 stock here. And this is just, I mean, so much rides on this here. Ness can drop down into that big pack with whoever is able to win today in that 8 and 10 pack, of course, to move to 9 and 10 with him if he loses, and Inkling, who's on a bye right now at 9 and 10 already. Or I'm sorry, Inkling, who was a 9 and 10, has a bye next time and lost, and so is 9 and 11. It gives Ness a little bit more cushion, as well as giving all those 8 and 10 guys a much greater chance. Falco, Pacman, Wario, and Falco here. First one we're getting to see. Pacman and Wario coming up next 2 matches. And Palutena, of course, the only other one in that mix, 8 and 11 on the bye today. She is just hoping. There's really not anything she has to worry about right now. Inkling losing, it was amazing for her. She has a chance to not tie Inkling and hope that everyone ends up 9 and 11. With a big tie there for her to manage to get in. Inkling losing maybe opens up 3 playoff spots rather than just the 2 that the 8 and 10s have been fighting for and currently have. Ness has the lead now against the 8 and 10 Falco, 35 on his first. Just eliminated Ness, though, who I believe may have had a poison mushroom at about 130, maybe 130-ish. 8 to 39 here. Anyone's match, pretty much. Oh, Ness, Falco with the, nice dodge, Ness. Falco with the blaster, though, annoyingly on the side. The poison mushroom, more annoyingly for Falco, though. Back to normal, 54% on him, 31 on Ness. Still super close. Falco, though, getting into the orange now. As Ness grabs the super mushroom, and that may be all is needed. 69% after one big hit. Another hit, 80%. Falco trending to the red now. 2 PK Thunders, 3 PK Thunders, 4 PK Thunders. Ness, wow, just caught him in a PK Fire as well on the side of the stage. Oh, what damage that was. 141 on Falco now all of a sudden. That was insane. But Falco with a little damage of his own. Wait a second. Ness. Oh, he catches Ness and he brings it back to the stage. No. Oh, I don't know if he had much of a choice there because of where he was, but man, that is so unfortunate for Falco. He basically had the win. Ness was not coming back. He was done. He was falling down to his doom. And then he got caught in the up B of Falco. And I don't even think he needed his stuff reset for that. The up B brought him back to the stage. And then he finished it. GG Ness. Going up to 10 and 9, and that may have just secured him playoffs. Maybe not quite today, but it's going to pretty much do it, and I would almost say guarantees it. Right now, we're looking at 2 people right now. Palutena's on the bye. Falco just lost. Pacman and Wario, the only 2 left who have a chance to go 10 and 10. Wait just a moment. Ness just secured playoffs. Congratulations, Ness. Now comes Pacman. I mean, and it's fine for Falco. In fact, he may have had the easiest match of the 8 and 10s. So bear that in mind, because we now have Pacman 8 and 10 against the 12 and 6 Captain Falcon, who is in the top 8. Never mind. Again, I take that back because Meta Knight wins, and Meta Knight could actually take the spot from either Cloud or Captain Falcon still, depending on buys, of course, or depending on matchups, of course. But barring those things, if Meta Knight were to have the wins, say, hypothetically, we'll say that he would still have a shot at the top 8. So Meta Knight hoping it'll make it easier for him, so he doesn't have just Roy to contend with there. Have more opportunity if Captain Falcon and or Cloud would also go down. Don't know what just happened there with Pac-Man, but an amazing recovery, as always, from that bouncy guy. Just incredible. 78 to 76, all tied up here. Again, Pac-Man needs that win. 8 and 11 will be okay, but 9 and 10 is a fantastic place to be. In fact, 9 and 10 will put you into the playoff spot, the playoff picture, because there's only two that can make 9 and 10, and 2 more spots that they can take. So it'd be those 2, and namely Pac-Man and Wario. Falcon gets the first knockout here, but he's at 107. Pac-Man still a decent shot. Fared quite well most of the season. Yeah, I guess he had a couple blunders, and that's why he's where he is. May have been a little higher up. Same with Wario, honestly, at 8 and 10. It's probably say the same for Falco, just based on his 12 and 8 record last season. Pac-Man, okay, he's gonna make it back, and the poisoned. Ooh, nice shield there. Poisoned Captain Falcon not gonna take the hit. Not gonna get knocked out. Pac-Man has already been knocked out twice. Captain Falcon shouldn't have any problem finishing this off, and it's looking great for everybody above that 8 and now 11 pack. Anybody above there is feeling good. Wario has a chance to get above there at 9 and 10. And yeah, that might be that. Lucas is liking it. Lucas with the win will move just a match behind. If Pac-Man loses here, it's going to leave 1 spot potentially for him. If he wins and everybody else above him 1 match loses the next set. Very possible. By the way, Ness, again, he's got, we probably mentioned it because has Meta Knight, Falco, again, from the last match we watched, of course. Falco has Palutena, that's going to be in it. That's just, oh my. They are tied at 8 and 11. That is insane. That means that there has to be one of those 9 and 11 getting in. So bear that in mind. The 8 and 12, that will close the door on 8 and 12. That will maybe mean one of those 2 will certainly get in. Might be what that means, potentially. We're running out of spots real quick here. That's going to be crazy, though. Pac-Man. He's got Lucas, so again, what? That's crazy. Yeah, Lucas, we already talked about him, of course, so we did know that. But if Pac-Man loses here, yeah, he's going to be just a match behind Pac-Man. And so he's also then going to be playing for a very, very good potential playoff spot. Because Pac-Man loses, he's going to leave at least that 1 spot. And that, I don't think that's a spot that includes, yes, actually, he's going to need, because of this, sounds very confusing, I'm sorry, it kind of is, I guess. Especially if you're not looking at the records like I am. But because of the match between Palutena and Falco, somebody having to go to 9-11, that's going to be the last spot, unless Wario also loses today. So Pac-Man and Wario, because of that matchup next time, they both need to lose for Lucas to still have a shot. So that's crazy. That's what he needs. But hey, it's still a chance, and Wario is next against Sora, so very hard. Pac-Man's hanging in here against Captain Falcon. He's trying to make it a match, but 141 on him, 136 on Captain Falcon's second. He's still got an entire stock to deal with. But hey, he's gotten him this far, and another big cherry to the face. It's not enough. Oh, there we go. Pacman seems to keep getting a bunch of super mushrooms or something, because he's like always big anymore. That was normal. Now there's a poison mushroom, and nobody's gonna get it. He still has a chance. Crazy enough. 21 on Captain Falcon, 152 on Pacman. Oh, Captain Falcon gets the super mushroom. That might do it though. 169 and Pacman continues to attack. There it is. Falcon kick. Solidifying the victory barely for Captain Falcon, up to 40% on his last stock after being up 1-3. That was a little closer than we expected it to be. 525. Good try, Pacman, but that's another 8 and 10 going down. Wow. Again, I already looked at who they got coming up. Captain Falcon has Cloud. That's going to be incredible. They are the 2 12 and 6s today. Cloud is in the last match against Banjo and Kazooie. Captain Falcon moves up to 13 and 6. We'll see if Cloud can do the same. That would be great for Cloud. Again, they both then tie Banjo and Kazooie at 13 and 6, if that would happen. And they would also tie Sora there at 13 and 6 if Wario can somehow pick up this win and be the only one to go up to 9 and 10 today. Having Inkling actually go down to 9 and 11, being a match ahead and done now. Ness going up to 10 and 9. He would be the only 9 and 10. And he would have a great advantage because he's above Inkling. He'd in fact, wow, he would be 11th all of a sudden, 11th place. And again, obviously, all he would have to do at that point is win his last match. There'd be no other way anyone else could take his spot. He just has to win in the end. And he's got Ken next. So extremely easy. And he just knocked Sora out. He might just be playing to get in right now. Sora is back to the stage after messing around a little bit. 21% on Wario. I have no idea what Sora is doing. Maybe Wario's just like a horrible matchup for him. He just can't figure it out. He's a whole stock behind right now. The 13 and 5 Sora. But we've already seen other ones get close to losing. We've seen Ganondorf lose already. Actually lose. So I suppose we've seen it all already. 37 to 88 now. Sora on a little bit of a run. And speaking of running, getting run over by the motorcycle a little bit there. 109 on Wario, 46 on Sora's second. Misses a pretty big attack. It saved Wario's stock. Gets a super mushroom for himself, and now Sora is still not going to be able to get that knockout for a bit. Or misses the Wario, just barely misses that charge. Hits the motorcycle, of course. Sora shields the second, the second come around there. 155 now on Wario. Just cannot get him. 76 Sora now on his second there. Finally, with the first knockout on Wario. Maybe a shot for him. 81, 94 on Sora with those attacks. Wario just playing incredibly right here. I don't know if Sora's doing weird edge things like that in order to try to trick Wario, but again, Wario not having none of it, just attacking him once he comes back and immediately with the knockout. What a great chance Wario has here. This is unbelievable, and he is gonna, I'm pretty sure, close the door on Lucas's playoff chances because of this. He's going to make it have to be 9 and 11 because he's going to have 9, and there's going to be another one with the 2 8 and 11s that definitely has to go to 9. So those 2 9s are definitely going to be 9 and 11. Inkling's definitely 9 and 11. So those would be those last 3, with Ness also going 10 for sure. That's it for Lucas. If Wario wins this, Lucas is definitely done. But Sora somehow knocks Wario off immediately. I'm sorry I missed that. You probably didn't, but wow. Okay. Wario just throws this one by the looks of it, and gives Sora an incredible chance to bring this one back and win. When I thought all was done and lost, Sora, though, with the poison mushroom, he's not helping himself at all. The Blizzaga may be slowing down Wario's Wario's offense here for just a split second, but it's not going to be enough. 60% to 30 now. Wario catches him in the mouth as he returns. Can Sora even return to the stage? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, he does get back. Wario just, man. Sora's just trying to dodge him almost this entire time. With the poison mushroom now on Wario, still not a whole lot Sora can. Oh, the super mushroom, and then a huge sweeping strike. Wario just went down. He was at 34, and then that hit probably took him to, I don't know, 50 maybe, and he's out of here. Sora, what a win! Are you kidding me? Crazy. 14 and 5 barely, and Wario goes down. 8 and 11 for Falco, Pacman, Wario, and Palutena, and that is 8 and 11 for Lucas. Yes, never mind. They're all tied right now at 8 and 11. That was huge for Lucas. That was huge. I can't believe it. 9 and 11 Inkling, and that means that there's another spot open for all of them. Really, is what that means. So 3 playoff spots. Ness is going to be in, so that's going to just make it just those 3. That doesn't mean someone else might not pass him up, perhaps, but like Inkling, maybe with a win. I think Inkling did beat Ness, so they'd pass him up, but that'd be about the only thing that could happen to Ness, really. Great on him, I guess. Great for Lucas, not great for Wario. Had a really good shot there and missed it. Got Ken next though, so that's almost like a gimme. We'll give him a very, very good shot then with 9-11 to make it in, but we'll have to just see on matchups. One more match left. Sora, he's got Pichu next, so he can almost rest easy as well. Almost rest so easy. He's almost top 3 now. He's gonna stay in top 3. He's gonna stay up there with Snake. Steve's not gonna be able to take it back just yet. Steve's won as well though, so the top 4 is gonna stay the same. With Ganondorf dropping 1 match at the very top, it won't matter just yet. And we've got number 5 left, Banjo. See if he can do it. But he does not have it easy at all, number 5, Banjo. He's up against number 6, Cloud. It's the 13th, bottom of the 13 and 5s. And then 8, 12, and 6, there's 2 of them, and we don't know who's better because they have to fight next time. So really, yeah, Cloud, Captain Falcon already won. Cloud, even if he loses here, he'll be a game behind, but with the win over Captain Falcon, would just take that spot. So we'll still be up in the air either way, because they came into this one having yet to play, being tied. So either way, they will be playing for maybe a top 8, but actually that's Cloud might be. If Cloud doesn't win here, I think he probably beat Meta Knight, so Meta Knight probably can't take his spot. So he's probably they're probably both okay. Banjo definitely is. Cloud probably is. Captain Falcon is because he won, and that's pretty much that. Oh, Cloud. Knocking his head off the top of the stage and knocking himself out already. Coming back and launching Banjo, he's out of here. Tied up at 2 now. You just hate to see it in the last match. It keeps happening though. Kind of back and forth. Damage being dealt both ways. It's a close one, which is exactly what we were hoping against these 2. Banjo's done well all season. Cloud's done well all season. It's not like it's straight up matches anyway with mushrooms falling. You know, things can certainly still change. Not maybe as much as Pokeballs, but certainly still a bit. Pretty sure we have an idea what we're going to be doing. We're going to be fleshing it out over the summer, but for the next season, coming in the fall, be a little crazier. Even crazier probably than the Pokeball season. We're looking for a good stage and a cool roll set, like item set to use. Both of which will make every match super zany. That's the goal. Cloud knocked out again by Banjo. 95 right now on him. 28. Second stock, that is. Pulls the Poison Mushroom. Cloud a chance to tie it up again, but isn't getting it. Super Mushroom now. Banjo back to normal. Super Mushroom on Cloud. Poison Mushroom knocks him back to normal size, and Banjo shooting some eggs. Getting a little extra chip damage in there before he loses the second stock, perhaps. The Super Mushroom, though, gonna make sure he stays. And wait a second, the charging Kazooie. Down goes Cloud. What a strong performance by Banjo there. And so it probably doesn't leave Cloud in a spot where he... And I have to find out now. Well, I'll find out. I highly doubt it. But it's possible. Cloud and Meta Knight. Cloud and Meta Knight. Or I stand corrected, it literally just happened. Cloud defeated Meta Knight, so I do believe that leaves, we probably talked about it. Probably does leave Meta Knight out of it. I'm sorry, not out of it, but Cloud in it. Meta Knight can't take his spot. But Meta Knight can still take Roy's. That's the one that remains open because Meta Knight beat Roy. It remains one game behind him still with both of them winning today. So it still does remain open, but Captain Falcon and Cloud, both of them are going to solidify that top 8. They're all right. Even Cloud losing today, it's going to be okay. But Banjo's going to go up again, 14-5. All of the 13s win, go up to 14-5. And that's going to be also the 13-6 Captain Falcon going up. Cloud 12-7 now going down to the 12-7 Roy's spot. And that is where things stand at the moment. Let's see where everyone else is after all this. Well, there are so many things that just worked out so crazily in this division here. All the other divisions too, this one just seems, I don't know, there's something about it. It's nuts. Snake defeated Inkling, Lucas beat Pichu, Roy defeated Rob, Meta Knight defeated Rosalina and Luma, Steve beat Ken, Fox beat Ganondorf, Ness defeated Falco, Captain Falcon beat Pacman, Sora beat Wario, and Banjo and Kazooie defeated Cloud. Now, after all that, in our set, after 21 left, only one left, 15-4 Ganondorf, he still didn't secure that top 3. Maybe with matchups he did, but right behind him, there is now a 4-way tie, still a 4-way tie that is, and only one game back now. Snake, Sora, Steve, and Banjo and Kazooie all there, same order because they've all fought each other already. And then Captain Falcon hanging in there strong, one match behind them. He can't get into the top 3, but hey, he's happy where he is. Why not? 13-6. He's chilling. He's definitely in the top 8. And we said that Cloud was definitely in the top 8, but that is wrong. Cloud and Roy are tied at 12-7. Roy, though, beat Cloud. Cloud beat Meta Knight, who's at 11-8, but Meta Knight beat Roy. So, if Roy and Cloud both lose, and Meta Knight is able to defeat Ness, who is 10-9 just below him, who also clinched playoffs today, so they're all in 11-8 Meta Knight, 10-9 Ness, who can't make the top 8 anymore. He's out of the top 8. Meta Knight's the only other one who can get in. He's number 9. If Roy and Cloud lose and Meta Knight wins, that would make those guys tied, 3-way tie, and each of them would have one win against one and a loss against another one of them, and that would send things into a different tiebreaker, and only 2 of those 3 would make it in, meaning that it could be Roy and Meta Knight and Cloud somehow dropping out of that top 8. The top 8, again, are staying here into the next season. The moving middle moves, why we call them the moving middle, from 9 to 15. That would be, again, Meta Knight right now and Ness. Inkling 9-11 on their bye next time. Has no idea what's going to happen because, again, we've got Lucas, Wario, Falco, Pacman, Palutena, 5 fighters at 8-11. 9-11 Inkling just above them, and only 3 playoff spots left for those guys to take. So, who's it going to be? I don't know. There's 6 of them to take 3 spots. After that 8-11 pack, we've got the 6-13 Fox, the 5-14 Rob, the 4-15 Pichu, and the 3-16 Ken, as well as Rosalina and Luma. Ken beat them. All of those that are out of playoffs at the bottom there, those last 5, are all also out of that moving middle potential. One of those at 8-11, in fact, I'll tell you right now. Okay, yeah, I had it slightly messed up, but they're all the same. Falco would actually still be at the top of that 8 and 11 pack. He's beaten Pacman and Lucas. He still has to play Palutena. That's coming up, of course. Lucas, also 8 and 11. He would be after Falco because he's beaten Wario and Palutena, and he still has Pacman to go. So both of those guys are like 2 and 2, I guess, in the big tie here. I'm sorry, they're actually 2 and 1 with 1 left to go. Both of those two. And then we have the 2 and 2 Wario, who's fought everybody in that pack. And then we have Pacman, who's beaten Wario, but he's only fought the one. Palutena, who's beaten Pacman. That doesn't exactly matter. It does matter, but it doesn't exactly matter for now. Palutena would probably be ahead of Pacman because of that, how that worked out. But again, Palutena has Falco, so we're gonna have Falco versus Palutena, and we're gonna have Pacman versus Lucas in the last two here, which is insane. That those two 11 and 8, those are all 4 of those are 11 and 8 or 8 and 11, and they're fighting each other. So what that means is that there's going to be the 9 and 11 Inkling, and there's definitely going to be 2 other 9 and 11s. It's either going to be Falco or I'm sorry, it's either going to be Falco or Palutena, and it's either going to be Lucas or Pacman. 2 of those will make it from those 2 matches. Inkling, who's already there. And then we will have Wario will have his chance, and he is the only other one with a shot to make it in. So he kind of has his destiny in his own hands. It helps if Falco and Palutena would win, then he would definitely get in. He wouldn't have to worry about any other tiebreakers because those are the 2 that he beat. So he's hoping Falco and Palutena. I'm sorry, they can't both win. So I guess either way, Wario, if he wins, he's going to have 1 win in the tiebreaker against whoever. If he, again, does win, he's going to then see about Inkling and have to see about whoever else wins in the Lucas Pacman match because he lost to both of those 2. So there's a lot of craziness going on in that 8 and 11 pack. I just can't believe it. So they're all vying for that. And of course, not only are they vying for that, we're also going to, one of those is going to be in the bottom 6 and staying here. The rest are going to move on next season. And then also we're still vying for that number 8 spot. We still don't even know about that. So 2 very interesting. Not only that, but then the other spot that is also still kind of interesting, whoever gets those top 3 spots and gets the buys in the playoffs. Still not sure because all those 14 and 5s plus 15 and 4 Ganondorf just dropping down today. And so we will see in a moment the schedule last set for these guys. But coming up next is going to be 20 for the yellow. The last set 20 matchups. It's Sonic versus Incineroar, Pikachu versus Pokemon Trainer, Samus against Daisy, Ridley against Wii Fit Trainer, Olimar versus Zero Suit Samus, Duck Hunt versus Richter, Robin against Game & Watch, Joker against Isabelle, Climbers taking on Ike, and Min Min versus Me Sword Fighter. Sephiroth 11 and 8 on the bubble for that top 8 as well on a bye himself. And these guys coming up next. Wow, is it going to be good? We're actually, because I love you guys so much, we're actually starting off with Pacman versus Lucas, and then Palutena versus Falco. We're getting all those 8 and 11s are fighting right off the bat, and we're going to know who's in. And then comes Wario versus Ken. Easier match for him because he's got the 3 and 16 instead of somebody tied with him. But it is again going to give him a shot to make it in as well. So we're going to see him afterward to see if, see where things stand, and we'll see if he can make it in or not, and give some of those other guys a run for it, because if he doesn't win, then it's just 9 and 11s outright. Whoever got to 9 and 11 will make it in, and those who didn't will be out because they'll be 8 and 12 or worse. So it will actually come down kind of to that Wario match. And then we've got Steve versus Fox, and that's going to start us off our 14 and 5 Steve. And then we got Rob versus our 14 and 5 Snake. Then we got Pichu versus our 14 and 5 Sora. These are supposed to be our bad matches, right? And then finally, Rosalina against our 14 and 5 Banjo and Kazooie. So all of them right in a row there. We're going to get all of them done. So we're going to see all 14 and 5s go, know where they stand. We're going to know basically the top 5, I think, at that point. Save for Ganondorf, whatever happens with him. But before we find out what happens with him, we'll have 2 other matches, and it's going to be Captain Falcon there at 13 and 6, taken on Cloud. See, and that, I can't believe that one's right there. That one could actually be. I think maybe I thought Captain Falcon was his 14-5 with the rest, but maybe that one, because that one should be really good. Could be lower. We have Ness versus Meta Knight after that, and then finally Ganondorf versus Roy to see if Roy can solidify the spot or not. Again, Clouds would be, I guess it's really all the same. But again, if Cloud and Roy win, Meta Knight doesn't have a chance. That's what it would come down to. Ness and Meta Knight will be before then Ganondorf and Roy. So Meta Knight, that is, we won't know for sure until Roy goes, whether or not that's the case. Because if it would just be, if Cloud wins, Roy loses, Meta Knight wins, then it would just be a tie with Meta Knight and Roy, and that would actually get him in outright just there because he beat Roy already. It's Cloud getting down would be the only, that only matters for Cloud, because that would be more tentative for Cloud whether he gets in or not. It might also affect Meta Knight. He'd probably prefer Cloud just win, to be honest. Anyway, that's that. Ganondorf versus Roy for the last match is going to be great, of course, for Ganondorf as well. It won't be sure the entire time unless all the 14 and 5s lose and he just gains that upper hand right there. That's the only way he's going to be secure in the top 3 unless he just wins, because we're not going to look at the matchups he has between all those other 14 and 5 potential 15 and 5s. So that's it. Inklings on a bye again, of course, 9 and 11, just waiting to see if they can make it into the playoffs or not for sure. Join me for that one. It is going to be a great one, I think, as well as all the other ones to come. We are about to hit the playoffs, and that's not going to take long at all to get through. It's in fact just going to be 1 week to get through every playoff round and every playoff match, including the finals. So I hope to see you then. That's going to be all next week, in fact. So here we go, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know who you think is going to win and make it into the playoffs, and maybe even who you think will take the whole thing. I'm Randy with Nerds Templar, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate AI League. Peace.